doctors have no special right over anybody's body. In the same way, a family, and we'll come to it eventually, also doesn't have any right over the body of a relative. One has to add to it that parents also don't have any kind of a right over their children. Now, what is the source of the permission or the legality of doing anything to a human body? Because in that sense, the problem would be the same. Who gives permission to interfere with the human body? And the answer is that permission goes from the same basic rules that we discussed another time, of preserving the property. I'm preserving the property, say, of the Lord. As such, I have a right to do improvement in it, as I have a right to do improvement in any property that is given to my keepsake, and I have to take it to guard it as well as I can in the best manner. Now, that is the source of the permission for somebody else to interfere, of my own right to do something with my own body, which should be understood that for my own body, I have a position of a guardian, not a position of an owner. So my right is to keep it, to guard it, and to do the best thing, to preserve it in the best possible condition. Now, that right, in a way, can also explain how our subsidiary rights come. If I, for one reason, the person involved, is not competent mentally, then somebody else has to take care. So whoever is the legal guardian of that person. If it is a child, he has his parents are for the time being his legal guardians. They are not their owners by any means, but they are his legal guardians. If it is somebody that is an adult and is not able now to form any kind of a resolution on his own. For example, whether he is mentally incapable in general, or he's now sick, because in so many cases the person on whom the procedure is done is sometimes unconscious. And the question, which is a question that comes, of course, to quite a number of medical practitioners in this country and in many other countries, which is an unconscious person comes to the hospital. If you want to save that person, you have to do something. Now, even when it is successful, the question would be, who gave the permission? Now, in that sense, incidentally, in the Jewish law, we would say that the permission to do so is not vested in the family, because my persona, as well as my body, are not by any means property of the family. The only thing is that I would say is what is called again Reshut Beit Din, which I would say there is the legal right that is a very general one, which is I am saving something that is important in itself, which means in this case the human body, and I'm doing it when that person who is now the closest to this body, cannot give his opinion. So I have the right to interfere. Incidentally, within the Jewish law, the right of parents over the children is exactly the same right. Because they are closest, they are what are called natural guardians. But they are not owners, and therefore they have, for example, no right to do any kind of mayhem to the children. And if they do, as it may happen, it sometimes happens even in the most enlightened countries, then the children or anybody else can sue them. Because again, the human body is not anybody's property. So in that sense, any medical intervention is therefore a matter of preserving what exists.